Welcome back, everybody, for another Pokemon Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. Today we're taking on Mo Andrews T, just Mo. You know, we battled him on the channel already. It's not too long ago, like a couple of weeks. I'm not sure how long ago I'll upload this from the other one. You know, the different time difference, but we battled him before. He goes by Mo. He changes his in-game name like every single day. So if we battle him again, obviously I'll just call him Mo because he usually just name something around that. So we have an Ubers match finally. I've been wanting to get one. So. And of course, I wanted to feature the two beasts, the Sun and Moon Legends, this Lunala and Solgaleo. I used to call it Solgaleo, by the way. So I have just a fun. This is my first Uber team I built in pre-bank. It was post-bank, obviously, because they're post-bank. But I built it like during pre-bank and stuff like that. So I got Choice Scarf Landers T, which is my check the Darkrai, sort of. I had a Shaman, which was supposed to be Sky form, but when I was streaming, I didn't really change I forgot to change the form. So I just left it as land form. I figured, why not? I'll just leave it as land form. It shouldn't be it should not be that big of a deal. And I was definitely wrong because sky form is definitely a lot better. But Lunala, which is actually a defensive calm mindset. I built it pre-bank, so I wasn't really familiar with like the choice scarf set. But I'm running like max defense, max HP, calm mind with Moongeist Beam and Focus Blast. Definitely should be running Shadow Ball over Moongeist Beam because I need the PP because Moongeist Beam only has 8 and so does Focus Blast, so I can easily get pressure stalled. So definitely not a good idea with that. I have Defog Arceus, which is Fairy, and then I have Choice Banded Solgaleo, which is pretty cool, and then I have Spadef, the Ferrothorn to check Kyogre and stuff like that. And of course he has a fun team as well. Solgaleo, which I assume is Choice Banded. Zygarde, which is I assuming is the Power Construct form 100%, so that thing is definitely a threat. Got to keep that in mind. Keep my Arceus alive. Be able to check that monster. Greninja, which I'm assuming is Protean lead, Sash lead. Defensive Deoxys, which could be Stealth Rocks too. So I figured too bulky setup. I mean, it's like another Mon. I don't really know. It's not that good of a Mon, I don't think. So I'm not sure why you had that. And then Mega King is gone. I mean, Deoxys is definitely very bulky, but I'm not sure what it would have done for this team. He's definitely more of like a setup sweeping type of team. So. I don't know. I guess it was Light Screen Reflect. I don't actually know, but I think Speed would have been better for that one. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's go and hop into the battle. It is quite a long one, so it's sped up just a little bit more than usual. And once again, I do apologize for the screen region. There's going to be a little bit of a screen like line showing in the bottom right of the corner of the video. So this is the last video that'll have that, so definitely won't happen again. But let's go and jump into the battle. Hope you'll enjoy, and let's do it. So, of course, I am challenged by Pokemon Trainer Mo Andrews T. I'm leading with Landorus because of his Choice Scarf, of course, outspeeds everything and can just U-turn on something or Quake, depending on what he leads with. Lead Solgaleo, which is a good lead for him because my Intimidate will not work because of his full metal body, which is just essentially a clear body. But go right for U-turn because he's not staying in on this thing. He goes right into Zygarde with a threat immediately, so I was afraid of seeing being sub-coil and, of course, just sweeping my team, so go right for Earthquake, actually. Go for Earthquake. I'll go U-turn. I'm dumb. So, because he didn't have a ground immunity, so I went for Earthquake. And I did relatively nothing, so he's definitely a bulky set, very, very bulky, so go right into my Arceus, do not want to play around with this thing at all, as he goes straight for 1,000 arrows, which kind of caught me off guard, figured he might want to try to set up immediately, and I guess a crit doesn't really matter too much there, because it doesn't do much to me at all. I do have recover, not a huge deal. So here, again, not messing around at all, I'm going right for the Judgment, which is of course Fairy Plate boosted, as he goes right into Solgaleo. I'll go for Toxic, that's right, I go for Toxic, because I do have Toxic. Sorry about that, I just kind of forgot. But smart plan on his part. So I go right into Shaman. I know it carries Flare Blitz, but I did not have his wedges to this, and I knew Shaman was kind of just a weak link to this team because it is definitely not its best form. I do tank it, which I figured he wasn't life choice banded then, but he could have been because non-stab. So go right for Earth Power, do outspeed because I'm running Timid max speed, and Solgaleo slower, so I do get a nice chunk of damage off on this thing. But he does go for the Sunsteel Strike, so that does reveal he is not choice banded. Again, I wasn't sure what set he was. I still don't know to this day, but, I guess we'll never know. So, take his time, go back to Landorus T. I outspeed everything, of course, and I can go right for the Earthquake to scare him out. But at this range, I know he's going to die to U-turn. So, if he wants to stay in, he can stay in if he wants to. If not, I go for U-turn, go Momentum. As he goes right into his Deoxys D, which is very, very bulky, very small Pokemon, but it's very bulky. HP isn't too great, as you can see. He does relatively a lot of damage there for a U-turn, so definitely tells me he's probably just more like a Stealth Rock dual screens, but I'll definitely like Deoxys speed better for that. But again, I don't know what he is. He probably doesn't like screen then because he's leftovers. But anyway, so here I take the time, go to my Lunala, and I figured I could probably go for Calm Mind here, just try to set up and try to win. But I completely forgot about this Kangaskhan. It could just outspeed me, go for Crunch, knock me out. So definitely forgot about that. So, and of course he can probably stand his regular form to fake me out. Not that it would do much, but he can definitely break my shadow shield. So, good play for him going for fake out, and does does nothing. Of course, I need to get my leftovers recovery, and unfortunately do not go back up to full. I go back up to full, so my bad. So fake out didn't really do much for him there. So don't want to risk the crunch or the sucker punch or anything like that. So I go right into my Feral Thorn. Hopefully he was hit Mega Evolve and take all the Iron Barber damage, but he does double out into Greninja, which was I guess it was a good play for me still. So go right for my Stealth Rocks here because I do not want to. I want to get chip damage on his Pokemon, so go right for Stealth Rocks. I actually go for Leech Seed. My bad, I forgot. So, oh, that's right. I went for Leech Seed because I figured he'd go into Zygarde because I figured I'll set up bait. So, again, sorry about if I mess up, but sometimes I don't remember these battles. But go for Leech Seed. I just want to go ahead and go for these Stealth Rocks here now, I think, because I am safe here, I think. Or actually, I go right into my Arceus. Right, that's right. I went to Arceus because I cannot let him go for Coil. My bad. I shouldn't mess up anymore. I think I know what happens from now on. So, goes for Moonblast here. So I figured he was Choice Scarf then because he just went for Moonblast and it does a good amount of damage to me. Get the special attack drop, which didn't really matter too much. Go for Toxic Miss. So I figured I can just recover here safely. But he made a play. He bluffed it. Not that it was a real bluff, but he made a play though, knowing I would either recover or switch out. But I'll go for Geomancy. I was afraid it'd be C Geomancy, but Power Head is probably the better one to have still because, you get it off immediately. And you don't really need the extra boost. I mean, it's already doing enough damage. So go for recover here. I knew I could take a Moonblast, so it was just a matter of me getting the Toxic off, and hopefully he didn't have the Aromatherapy. But goes for Moonblast at +2. Of course, I'm Arceus, so I take anything. Go for Toxic just to get to wear it down, so I won't sweep my team. Do have Feral Thorn, but of course they do carry Focus Blast most of the time, so that wasn't really a reliable way of taking it on. So it was just a matter of weakening it, and then hopefully Solgaleo. Just sacking something, and then Solgaleo can finish it off because Solgaleo should be able to tank a +2 Focus Blast, takes Moonblast, and then the last move is usually HP Ground or HP Fire, but HP Ground is better for the Groudons, the Primal Groudon. So goes for Moonblast, gets special attack drop. Does not matter at all. Ferrothorn here is chilling, getting some leftovers back, about to get blown back by a freaking Focus Blast. So Ferrothorn's not looking too good right now. So just gonna sack it because this was the only one I needed it for. It was kind of a nice way of getting Leech Seed up on the Zygarde because if I got up Leech Seed on the Zygarde 100% form, I'd be killing back like 50% every turn because it was a massive HP stat. But here I go into Solgaleo. Have to just go for Sunsteel Strike. I am Choice Banded. It will knock it out. Can't play around. Can't predict like anything else. So he does reveal the HP Ground there. I do tank it relatively nicely for him being +2. But it's HP Ground, so it's like base 60. So go for the Sunsteel Strike. Looking pretty sick in Citra. And it's able to knock out the Xerneas. So that's really nice to get that one Mon out of the way. But, of course, he still has Zygarde in the back, which, of course, is the biggest threat to me. As dangerous as Xerneas is, the Subcoil Zygarde, or like the rest of the talk, Zygarde is definitely a huge threat to this team. So here I sack my Arceus, which was not a good play. But he is going for Hydro Pump. Knocks me out. Excuse me. And he actually reveals himself to be Battle Bond, which caught me off guard. I figured he'd be just like a Protean Toxic Spike thing, but he wasn't. So going to Landers, I figured he'd choice Specs because he knocked me out at regular Greninja. So figured he was Specs, so I went right for U-turn here just to get some momentum. I went for Earthquake, but I'm pretty sure I went U-turn. Yeah, I went for U-turn for sure. As he sacks off, I'll go for Earthquake. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm thinking about right now, but go for Quake, knocks out the Solgaleo, so he sacks it off. I thought I went for U-turn there, but I guess I went for Quake. Sorry, like I said. But goes into Zygarde, so now, of course, I do not want to get this thing in range of the Power Construct form, so I'll go right into my Lunala. I figured it's my best way of answering it. I can probably Calm Mind alongside it. But he reveals he's actually Dragon Dance, which really was interesting to me. I figured he'd be Coil, figuring how little he took from that Earthquake earlier. They mainly run like special defense, but I figured he was running a lot of HP, but he goes for 1,000 arrows at +1, with Shadow Shield does relatively nothing. So here I go for Calm Mind, try to set up alongside it. He still has Kangaskhan, but I figured I had to bank on he didn't have the Dark type move, but he was bringing it in like so much, so I figured he had it. So I went for Calm Mind just to threaten it out. If I could win the 1v1 war, even if the thing like it's really injured and in range of Kangaskhan, it didn't matter to me as long as I injured this thing, because the Zygarde was definitely still a threat. So goes into Greninja. Of course, Greninja is a threat. Specs Dark Pulse will just completely shred me because I'm 4 times weak to it. But I went for Moongeist Beam there. He made a really risky play going right into his Greninja, and I figured he might have tried to switch out to Greninja, so that's why I did not go for Calm Mind again, or even try to go for Focus Blasts. Or no reason to Focus Blast, but or even try to Calm Mind or Roost again. Not that I needed the Roost, but Do get some very, very nice damage off on the Greninja. As I go ahead and just sack off Solgaleo. Didn't really need it anymore. Goes for Dark Pulse, which I assume is Choice Specs. And my Solgaleo goes down. The Lion is dropped. So now I have to go into my Landorus to outspeed and go for U-turn. It does knock it out because, of course, I did a large chunk of damage to it. And, of course, if he wants to go into his Kangaskhan, so be it. But, of course, he's going to go ahead and bring in his Zygarde to take the shot. So, fortunately, he's not in range of the Power Construct yet. So, keeping it out of that form is crucial because I got to be able to knock it out from 50% form. So, that was kind of important to me. So, Lunala, of course, comes back in. Got threatened out by Calm Minding pressure. But if I'm not mistaken here, I go for Calm Mind again. Or actually, no, I don't go for Calm Mind. I go right for the Moongeist Beam because I figured he'd switch out. But he does actually. I'll go for Calm Mind. Sorry. See, I forgot, guys. I forgot. Because this battle was long. When I was recording this, it was really long. It was actually like 40-something turns, 43 turns. So a lot of like turns were like, it's kind of weird plays. But here I'm trying to Focus Blast, Calm Mind stuff. And of course, I missed Focus Blast, unfortunately. Goes for Power Up Punch. He has not Mega Evolved yet. He wanted to get that boost. So, really shocked he did not Mega Evolve in Crunch. So, because he didn't go for it sooner, I am really, really thinking he does not have Crunch or even Sucker Punch. So, I switch out because I don't want to risk it yet. But missing Focus Blast sucked, so I'm down to 7 Focus Blasts. But, I figured I can still win. I just got to be able to, threaten this thing out and not let Zygarde get set up. So, go right to my Landorus to get him back to neutral attack as he goes right for the Earthquake, which of course I'm immune to. Earthquake, I don't really like Earthquake on Kangaskhan, but it's always a nice way to take care of Groudon, I guess. But go for my Earthquake of my own, does a really, really large chunk of damage, but did not do enough as I thought it would do, honestly, because I am Choice Scarf, offensive Landorus, but I was kind of shocked of how little it took, but it took a good amount of damage, but kind of shocked. But goes for Double Edge, of course Recoil, so now of course I can go into my next Pokemon and threaten it out. Got cut off, guys, but the video actually froze during recording, so I went ahead and clipped that part off. But bring in my Lunala. I tried to see if he Scout if he didn't have Crunch, but he actually goes for Earthquake, so I was feeling really, really safe here because I figured I could Calm Mind up on this thing. So I go for Calm Mind up. Of course, his Greninja is gone. I mean, it's still around, so I got to be careful around that and try to predict it and knock it out before it comes in on me. So go for my Calm Mind number 1. Get my leftovers back. He's revealed Double Edge, Fake Out. So I know his moveset already. Fake Out, Power Up Punch, Earthquake, and Double Edge. So definitely should have picked up on that immediately, but I didn't say that. I didn't say that as soon as I should have. So goes right into his Greninja. I pick up on that and go right for Calm Mind again because I figured, I know Dark Pulse is 4 times super effective. He's Choice Specs, but Lunala is very, very, very bulky. So I figured if I can get up to full somehow, full HP, and or just have boosts, maybe I could take 1. So here, I mean it's my last Mon, so I have to stay in. So sorry, I forgot I lost. I'm down to 1 Mon. So he does go for the Dark Pulse. I do tank it. I go for Focus Blast and knock it out. But of course, I am in range of the Kangaskhan, which we know already outspeeds me. So, well, at least I think it did. I think it did earlier in the battle. So we know that already. So I'm gonna lose here. But he goes into the Deoxys, which really shocked me. I'm faster than this, so I said, you know what? I'm roosting right now. But my Lunala is up at +2 with a roost up over 50%, and his last few Mons cannot deal with this. He goes with Shadow Ball, and even though it's 4 times super effective, Lunala is not taking anything from that Deoxys D. I guess, I don't know why he didn't go into Kangaskhan. He could have always just, Earthquake me and killed me. I wasn't sure if I was faster, though. I don't remember from earlier. I just don't remember at all, but I think he was. Like, he was faster because he went for Earthquake once before I Calm Minded. So, go for Roost again. We'll find out on this turn if I'm faster or not. So, go for Roost, and I'm almost back up at full, but after Leftovers Recovery, I will be back at full. But, of course, as you can see from this turn, guys, he's going to switch out, I think. Yeah, he switched out in this turn. So, at this point, his only hope is to pressure stall me with Deoxys. Because pressure, of course, it uses 2 moves instead of 1. So I go for Focus Blast, I miss, and he can stall out my 2 very low low PP moves. I have Moongeist Beam and Focus Blast, so it was getting kind of scary for me. But I go ahead and Moongeist Beam, not playing around, knock out the Deoxys D, so the pressure isn't on anymore as I knock it out. So yeah, kind of like a late game misplay on his part by not going right into his Kangaskhan. But like I said, I don't remember if he outsped me. I know I'm recording the battle. I sound dumb, but we'll find out at the very end, which I'm pretty sure it did. I'm 90% sure it did. So, go for Moongeist Beam. Doesn't knock out Zygarde quite just yet, and he goes for the rest. So now, It's not, I mean, the game's already over unless he outs. I mean, it's already over because this thing is beats his last two. Unless he's able to somehow stall out my Focus Blasts and Moongeist Beam. That I was kind of worried about, but I mean, I figured those would be okay. So, go for Moongeist Beam again. As he goes to Kangaskhan. I actually go for Calm Mind there, so my bad. I went for Calm Mind. See, this video is just, like really aired, but because I mean this is a long battle, so I don't remember each turn, but I figured I could calm Mind up more on it. That way, my Moongeist Beam can clean one shot Zygarde, so I don't have to waste my time. But I'm going for Focus Blast, switch it out. I missed another one. I believe I'm down to 2 at this point. I'm down to 2 Focus Blasts at this point. Go for Moongeist Beam, and of course I go for Calm Mind here, because I figured he might switch out. But like I said, the main thing was to be able to one-shot Zygarde. I didn't want to play around with like having to take multiple Moongeist Beams to knock it out, or even waste a Focus Blast. So I'm down to 2 Focus Blasts, I think, at this point. I'm down to 2, so go for a Focus Blast here, and I connect. And no, I'm down to 2 now. I was down to 3 before, but I do get a crit, which probably mattered, even though I'm like a +3 or 4. I think a +4. He was very tanky, so I'm pretty sure it mattered, but I'm not sure. I'm a +4 though, so I mean, we don't know. So I have 2 of them left. As you can see, he power up punches me, so he did outspeed me. Definitely was a huge misplay at the end, not going for Quake to kill me, but I guess he just forgot, or like maybe he didn't think it would kill. But anyway, that was the battle. My Lunala was able to come back from a 4-1 deficit, I'm pretty sure, and win the game for me. And yeah, it was a really interesting match. First Ubers match. It was really long. I do apologize for like the cut and like some of the errors in my commentating, but when a long 44 turn battle is on recording, I don't remember each turn correctly. But hope y'all enjoyed anyway, and yeah, I'll catch you next time. Take care.